my name's Tim Garrett and welcome to another episode of Drinks in Trade hosted by Franklin Sons. Today we're in Edinburgh where we're going to be meeting with Alex Palumbo, aka Palu to his friends. We're going to be going to his bar that's in the top 50 cocktail bars. So let's do it, let's go to Hey Palu. So after a few little site visiting there, we're here at Hey Palu where we're going to be meeting with Alex and trying some of his amazing tasty drinks. So Alex, how are we doing?
Very well, very well.
Good stuff. So obviously we're here today to talk a bit about you, a little bit about the bar. So let's get started with a bit of your history, mate, a bit of your time in the career.
Okay, I have been in the bar industry now for almost 18, 20 years. I started back in London. I was in London for a good 15 years before. And at the time I was running a bar called the Lonsdale for a while. I was doing like opening for different companies like Hackers and Zuma.
Yep.
And then moved a bit around the world, been a bit in the Cayman Island. Then I stayed there for a couple of years. That was pretty fun. And then we decided to move back, me and my wife, we decided to move back to England and been a couple of years in Brighton, which is a beautiful place.
Great
if you had
city.
a chance, great city, great bars. And then we decided to move up here in Edinburgh, which
Awesome.
is great
Literally
lifestyle.
from one side of the country to another.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the weather, as you can see, it's amazing.
So what interests you in Edinburgh then?
Well, Edinburgh, when we come over and we realize it's one of the places where there's a very good bars and restaurant scene outside of London. And was a place where a small independent can still do nice bar, nice little things for themselves. So that was like the main things for us. We always had in mind that we wanted to open a bar and this style of bar. So
There is a great selection of bars here.
Yeah.
It's an amazing city.
great.
So obviously that's a bit about what you've done in the industry, but what actually got you interested in working in hospitality?
Working in hospitality was I started very young. I was like 17 when I started working in bars, and the main thing was like all the dynamics around, like the meeting new people, and it was just amazing. All the background that was there, like it was great. Plus, I started working in hospitality, but I started working like in nightclubs. So it was like all
social
nightclubs,
life
party
of
bar,
nightclub, yeah.
all that stuff. That's where it's changed a lot in the last few years.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's come much more technical in the last few years of the style of bars and the things that we're seeing these days.
yes, before like the bar scene was more like around the DJs and which DJs were playing.
Yeah.
Like drinks like a gin and tonic. Nobody will have a gin and tonic. Was
Yeah.
as a grandmother's drink. Nobody will drink that. Nobody was interested in gin
Yeah.
whatsoever. Like was the time of we had like I don't know 20 different vodkas behind the bar. That was the style at the
Flavoured
time of it.
vodkas.
Flavored vodkas,
Yeah.
all of it.
Rum and cokes.
Rum and cokes was very a different bar scene from what became now.
Yeah.
I think we've been lucky enough to work in the new era of bartending and see all the changes, like from techniques to bars
Yeah.
and to flavors profile as well, which is great.
Nice, and obviously, yeah, with the techniques that we are looking at and the style of drinks that we're looking at these days, we're looking way further back into more core classic drinks or prohibition style drinks,
Yeah.
and then modifying with our own styles, but still adding elements of fun and
Exactly,
quirkiness.
Yeah, there was for a time I think that the bar industry took itself a bit too serious. This was like the beginning of 2000s, 2010. Like there was a bit too serious. Now it's the main things that it's one of the main things that we think in Hey Palu as well. It's about the guests come first and
Yeah.
what we can do for the guest. That's the main things. And the drink needs to be good. That's of course,
Yeah.
but it needs to be just fun, like a nice place to have a nice drink, laugh, and that's it. That's all of it.
Nobody will come back if your service is poor.
Yeah.
Awesome. Was there anybody that actually influenced you or anybody that you saw as an icon within this industry?
Definitely in UK was Dick Russell.
Nice.
Dick Russell was great, and the style of drink that he was doing and the style of service, I had the pleasure to work a bit with him as well, so was great.
Amazing.
And Dushan Zurich from US, from Employees Only. I had the pleasure to have like him doing some bar trainings in UK. This was the time we were in the Lonsdale, and see like how the American way of bartending was, and or how the importance that was around the guest,
Yeah.
which was absolutely incredible. So that's definitely two people that really influenced me a lot, like in the bar trade.
Awesome. And obviously, this is your place.
That's my place, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about here.
Well, Hey Palu is we call it like a modern Italian bar. We want to do a bar like that is focused about Italian flavors. So it's all mostly about Amaros. That is our main things. But we say modern because we, of course, we use like modern techniques in our style of bartending. We got like the biggest selection of Amaros in the country at the moment.
Amazing. We
got 56 different styles, so it's quite a few. So if you want to talk about it, try something new, this is really the place. And it's Hey Palu is what we put together after many years working in the industry, me and my wife. It was like what we wanted to create a style of bar that we love. Like it's very, some people explain that it's very European, the style of the bar, and this is very chill. Like this is one of the, even on a Saturday nights when it's busy, but we are always very chill and relaxed.
And you work the bar here as well?
Yes, I work at the bar here as well.
I think when you work it and you own it, it has to be, you have to put yourself in.
Yeah, you put yourself in there. So like it's, we are invested 100%. Like we have a small team, this is 5 of us.
Nice.
So and the way that we run the bar, like everyone does everything. So everyone is can do the floor, like they can do the bar, like they can do the food. It's not a problem. And the other things, we are very open with our team, so everyone knows exactly all the bookings we got, what the takings are, what's happening with all the financial side as well. There's sometimes some bar operator keep very close to themselves. Yeah. We want to do something that everyone, it is part of it. So as the bar does better, everyone gets better. So that's his simple things.
It's a great way of looking at it. It gives them an incentive to almost own it themselves. Yeah. Brilliant, awesome. So obviously we're in your bar. Yeah. I'm really looking for trying a drink.
Definitely.
Before we do though, just a quick little one last little question. So if there's anything that you could say to young bartenders in hospitality right now to inspire them into getting into this industry, because it's not the easiest of industries to work in, what could it be?
Knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
That's now it's much easier than it was like at my time when I started bartending. Like at the time there were like a couple of cocktail books out, that's it. Yeah. Now there is so much knowledge out there that there are no excuses. Like you really
it's available everywhere.
It's available everywhere. Yeah. Just
no more trips to Borders and Waterstones to pick up what's on the shelves.
Exactly. Like now you can literally with your phone you can have so much knowledge so easily. And always try new things, try new bar. Don't stick with your classic drinks when you go in a new bar. See what they're doing. Try one of their drinks on the menu, and you can learn new things there.
No, I agree completely, and not just drinks though, but flavors.
Flavors, exactly.
If you get an opportunity to try a flavor, if you walk past something in a supermarket that you never tried before, don't be scared to buy it. You might not like it.
That's it.
But you need to understand it.
Yeah, that's
brilliant.
Definitely.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, mate. Well, let's try a drink.
With pleasure.
Happy days.
Let's go.
So Alex, what are we making today?
So what we're gonna make one of our signature serves, which is our Godfather Part 2.
Nice.
So it's quite nice old-fashioned style double drinks. Using Scotch whiskey, of course, mini Scotland in Edinburgh, that's can miss. Yeah. A little bit of Italian touch with amaretto and a bit of fruitiness at the end with some apricot brandy. Orange bitter, sit it down.
Nice, awesome. Okay, let's go.
So, as we say, our whiskey that we're gonna use is Old Pulteney 12. So it's 30 ml of that.
So classic Godfather being
Scotch and amaretto. Yep. We just change a little bit the proportion, like we're gonna use 30 of whiskey, 20 of amaretto, then we just use a little touch of
nice.
apricot brandy.
So stretching it out from a classic duo into more of a cool, nice.
More bit.
And how much apricot brandy was that?
And 10 mils of apricot. So it's 30, 20, 10.
Nice.
One dash of orange bitter. And still. So. Just want to dilute a bit the whiskey.
Yep.
Chill the drinks to temperature. Just make sure everything is all nice and mixed together. Take one nice chilled glass straight from the freezer.
Beautiful. Blue pizza moment of here's what I prepared earlier. Nice.
So on top. Then we spray some hazelnut aroma and garnish with our Godfather and a little music box on the side for you to play.
Oh, amazing.
Enjoy.
Fantastic. I'm going to play the music box first, if that's okay. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Must get a little annoying though if somebody's playing that all night, no?
Yeah, that's why the rules is 3 plays and that's it.
And then
Take
you
it back.
take it back.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Happy days.
The hazelnut's lovely on the nose. That's stunning. That little bit of apricot,
Yeah, just
but still really powerful. So it's only 10 mils in there. That's really
yeah,
powerful.
just the
flavour.
mils.
That's awesome. So how long have you been open?
We've been open now like just over 3 years. We opened 6 months prior to lockdown, so there was pretty interesting things to do.
Wow.
But yeah, still
Not
still
easy.
going. Yeah, well, it wasn't easy. We started to like cocktail to go straight away because we had a license to do for an off license here for the bar. So we were doing that prior to lockdown already for all the hotels around and the customers coming. But we didn't think that would be our main business for over 10 months.
Yeah.
So that was
But at least you had it. At least you had it to be able to
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
we had it. That was
That's amazing.
was good. Yeah.
And award-wise?
Worldwide, yeah, we got quite a few awards, which is great. We
Yeah.
love it. Like we got top 50 UK now for 2 years in a row, which is great. We have been shortlisted for best bar team in UK in top 50, so
Brilliant.
that's great. And we won best cocktail bar in Scotland as well, so that's great. It's not bad for
It's definitely worthwhile dropping in for a drink.
Yes, definitely we can make a couple of drinks here. Yeah.
So you're shortlisted for best bar team.
Best bar team, yes.
Okay, brilliant. So just talk to a little bit more about your actual bar team then. What do you do then to really keep them in and keep them informed?
For us, like the bar team is one of the most important things into a bar. Like it's literally your business card when somebody walks in. Like the drinks, there are so many good bars there making great drinks. And but what will make the difference is the team you got there. And one thing we do with our team is like we are very, very open with them. Everyone knows what's going on in the bar, like from the recipes to deliveries to the financials of the bar. They know what's going on. We literally empower everyone to know exactly how the bar is doing. And
so they know how good a good night is and how bad a bad night is.
They will know that. Then they will see, they will know like the difference selling the extra Negroni, the extra fashion will make a difference like in the bar. And for everyone, like we had a very good deal last year and all the bar team got like an extra bonus and all of that, which is great, like an incentive for them.
Great incentive.
And we've been lucky now because it's in 3 years we have to hire somebody only twice. This is the second time we just hired somebody.
That's amazing.
Because the team who works here just loves to work here, doesn't want to leave for some reason, which is great.
No, but that's fantastic.
That's
great.
That's great, and we know the problem there is at the moment, like in all the industry, like in finding staff, and we invest a lot, like in our staff, like on trainings, the way that we want it. It's a very small bar, so we have very high standard. We have high standard for everything, like how we want our service, how we talk to people, everything. So
yeah, but it sounds like it's very much a give and take situation. It's not just high demand and no incentive.
There is a lot of incentive for everyone.
No, that's fantastic.
The same like when we go into London for these awards, everyone comes down. So it's a proper team. Everyone got the benefit from everything happening.
That's amazing. And the staff that have left, have they gone on to bigger and better things? Are
The staff that they've left, they left because another guy was with us, he left to go open his own bar.
Brilliant.
Like in Greece, so he didn't leave to go work somewhere
No.
else in town. Literally,
He went
for
to
a
go
great
and-
reason to do his own bar, which is great.
Yeah, so he's living his own dream.
Yeah,
He's
his own
taking
dreams.
that next
Yeah.
step on based on the stuff that you've been teaching him through running the
So
business.
it's been great.
It's amazing what you're doing and how you're incentivizing your staff, but also building upon their dreams to make their own stuff as well. It's really difficult these days to get people working in hospitality. The staffing is hard work, and there's a lot of people that don't look at it as a career in this country, and it's a shame because it's something to be really proud of. It's a profession to be really proud of.
It's a great industry. There is a lot of, it's very professional. There is a lot of fun, and gives you some opportunity that some other careers don't.
Yeah.
Now these days, as you say, it's getting harder and harder to have a good team behind the bar, and harder and harder to retain the team behind the bar.
Yeah.
That's why it's as we say, what we give most importance is our team that we got.
Yeah.
Without them, we will not have a bar. We will definitely not have a successful bar like
not.
we do. So,
You're only as strong as your team.
yeah, exactly.
Mate, this has been brilliant. Thank you very much for inviting us
pleasure.
down, and we'll definitely be back.
My pleasure.
Cheers.
See you soon.
Cheers, pal.
Bye.
So we're here at Albert's Bar at Franklin & Sons head office, where we're going to be meeting Charlie from Dunay Bay. We're going to be tasting his botanical vodka, Holy Grass. So, let's go. How are we doing, Charlie?
Yeah, good mate, how are you?
Yes, not too bad, buddy. Looking forward to trying this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, obviously, you're from Dunay Bay Distillery, which is primarily known for Rock Rose Gin, but we're here today to talk about Holy Grass vodka. Yeah?
Yep,
But
yep.
before we do, any chance you can just tell us a bit about your background in the industry?
Sure, absolutely. So I was a bartender for about 7.5, 8 years up in Aberdeen. Worked everything from kind of cocktail bars to fine dining, steak, did the rounds. Ended up in a late night cocktail bar up in Aberdeen, and sounds bad to say, but I wasn't getting any younger and the late nights weren't getting any easier, so I kind of want to transition to something outside of bartending, and that's where I kind of came across brand ambassadorial work and happened to end up with the guys at Dunay Bay Distillery, which is kind of a happy accident. But yeah, really enjoying kind of getting into a new role.
It's always a winning choice. So bartending starts off as bartending, but doesn't always finish as bartending. You can go into sales, you can go into ambassadorial, you can go into distilling, you can go into all sorts of things in that way. So it does open up a lot of doors.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's kind of fell into bartending by accident almost.
Well, I don't think anybody grew up thinking, I want to be a bartender.
But all through uni, kind of worked in bars, and then when I graduated, I wanted what made me happy most, and it was serving customers, making drinks, and so kind of continued at that, and it led me to here.
It's exactly the same way as me, mate. Exactly the same way for me. Okay, cool. Well, tell us a little bit about Dunay Bay then.
Sure. So the distillery itself was located in a place called Dunay Bay, funnily enough.
It's funny that.
Yeah. Which is kind of 10-15 minutes away from the most northern point in the UK, a place called the Dunnet Head. But it started in 2014 by a husband and wife team called Martin and Claire Murray, and quite humble beginnings. Martin worked in kind of oil and engineering, and Claire's background was in hospitality and tourism and events. And they were from the area and they wanted to move back in some way, and it just so happened to be to set up the distillery and launching with Rock Rose in 2014. So Rock Rose kind of got off to quite a quick start, where they were set this kind of projection, and they sold out with it in the first 3 months of their first year's projection. It just kind of ramped up and ramped up and ramped up. And when every bottle was kind of hand sealed with wax and kind of labelled, it was a lot of work for them. But thankfully it's gone on well for them, and they've kind of expanded the range from just the original Rock Rose to Holy Grass and a whole host of different gins.
Amazing. So what is Holy Grass then to begin with?
Sure, so it's our vodka, and the name comes from, again, funnily enough, a type of grass, stuff holy grass. It's also known as bison grass, so often used in other vodkas. But the story behind it is Martin had this kind of admiration for this pharmacist, this herbalist that lived in the area in the 1850s or so, a guy called Robert Dick, and he basically discovered the existence of holy grass on the banks of the River Thurso. So it was quite a big deal in the kind of the herbology world.
Okay.
So Martin, with this story, wanted to kind of pay homage to that, like a famous guy of the area. and so created Holy Grass. Originally he wanted to make a gin using Holy Grass, but it just didn't work. Obviously gin has to be predominantly juniper flavoured, but it just didn't work with the Holy Grass, you couldn't get it right. Then thought, well, people are already making vodka with it, I'll give that a go. It's quite a funny story where he was going through basically booze forums in Polish and trying to translate them and find different recipes, and thought, well, if someone else, there's no point copying someone else.
No.
So I'll do my own thing.
No, but you need somewhere to start. You need a base to start from.
Yeah, it's a good inspiration. We thought, I'll do my own thing, and that's how we ended up with Holy Grass. It's quite a unique vodka that has botanicals, and you often don't think of vodka as having botanicals, Holy Grass being kind of the main one. But you've also got cinnamon, and then an interesting one like apple juice, again sourced locally from the area. But the story of Holy Grass as a name is quite interesting. It came from its use in church floors in the olden days.
Okay.
Obviously, didn't have nice kind of polished wooden floors in the olden days, and they didn't want to get their literal Sunday best all dirty. And so they laid out all this grass as a kind of makeshift carpet. And then when everyone kind of came in and stood on it, kind of released the aroma of the grass, almost like slapping mint in a mojito. And it was kind of a nice herbaceous vanilla aroma. And obviously the natural progression of thinking is like, oh, that smells nice. That probably tastes nice. Well, that tastes nice. You probably make booze out of it. And that's just kind of where the evolution came from of this Holy Grass. So that lends a nice kind of creamy kind of vanilla note to the vodka.
Okay.
That cinnamon adds like a nice touch of spice. Then that apple juice just adds a nice clean freshness to it.
Amazing. Okay, cool. So we can try a bit?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
For yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, you pick up on the cinnamon on the nose, huh?
Yeah. I almost hate the phrase, but it's got like quite a creamy mouthfeel and never sounds right to say to me. But when you taste it, hopefully you get that.
Almost buttery in the way.
Yeah, yeah. One of the best kind of flavour notes I got was like melted ice cream and like coconut, those sort of notes that comes from that Holy Grass.
You're getting that cinnamon spice, but it actually finishes quite citrusy. So it's got a clean, crisp kind of finish on it.
That'll just be that freshness from the apple juice.
Yeah.
So the way it's distilled is by like vapor infusion. So it's like the alcohol vapor passes over the botanicals. So using that apple juice in there is not something I've really seen anyone else do.
No.
And I think that kind of gives it a quite unique character and a nice freshness to it.
Oh, that's a stunning vodka. There's a lot of things that can be made with that. Speaking of which, actually, you've got a serve that you're wanting to do today.
I do, yeah. So it's one of our signature serves called Done at Bay Donkey. So we twist on like a mule or a buck, using our holy grass vodka, bitters, and a touch of ginger ale as well.
Amazing, cool. So should we crack on with that?
Absolutely,
give that a go?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome, happy day. So, buddy, obviously earlier you mentioned mule, buck. Are we ginger beer? Are we ginger ale? What are we doing today?
We're using ginger ale alongside
Ginger ale,
our Holy Grass. Yeah.
More towards that buck element.
Absolutely,
then.
yeah.
All right, nice. Cool. So, done it donkey.
Done at Bay Donkey, yeah. So again, we kind of wordplay on there as well, some alliteration, tick all the boxes. So we're starting off with a large measure of our Holy Grass vodka. Then adding a wee touch of Angostura bitters. So that's a nice wee depth. Touch of ice.
So why ginger ale with the Holy Grass?
So because of that vanilla, that kind of vanilla note that you get in the Holy Grass, the ginger ale almost gets like a cream soda kind of quality to it, which I think is just really nice, really nice simple serve that helps the Holy Grass shine without kind of putting people off making it at home almost. Nice, yeah, again, nice, just easy, approachable serve, super sessionable as well.
And obviously nowhere near as strong in flavour as ginger beer.
Exactly, yeah, that fieriness. I almost use it to cover up alcohol sometimes, but with ale, it kind of adds a nice kind of, yeah, just again, as you said, doesn't cover up any of that flavour that we worked so hard to put into the Holy Grass.
Nice, beautiful colour.
And then finally garnishing with a wee mint sprig and a wee lime wedge, just gives a nice wee aroma in there. And that is your done it by donkey.
Awesome. Simple drink, but tends to always be the better style.
Exactly, yeah, why overcomplicate?
Exactly, exactly. Nice, very easy drinking. That obviously the Angostura bit, it's just balanced out the ginger ale sweetness.
Exactly.
But you still get this spirit coming through.
Yeah, hopefully you get that kind of cream soda feel to it,
Yeah.
like vanilla in it, yeah.
And that spice, again, from that cinnamon and that little bit of apple note coming through
Yeah,
at the end.
absolutely, just super fresh, easy sessionable highball.
No, that's a very nice and easy, very nice tasting drink, mate. Very nice tasting drink. Well, thanks for that, Charlie.
Oh, no problem at all.
And I'm going to have a bash making a cocktail at the end of the show as well.
Look forward to it.
Awesome. So that was a great chat with Charlie. Really interesting serve, but I've got a couple of little things to try as well. So I'm going to have a little play around with the spritz. I'm going to work to the flavour compounds that he was talking about when we were tasting Holy Grass. So I'm going to use a little bit of apple juice in there. Obviously with the spritz I'm going to add a touch of wine, so I'm going to use Prosecco. And I'm going to use Franklin & Sons Guava and Lime Soda. So to get started, 50 millilitres worth of Holy Grass. Straight into the glass, simple build serve. To balance the drink, I'm just going to add a touch of lemon juice, 10 ml, more than enough. We're then going to go in with 25 ml of cloudy apple juice, and roughly 50 ml of Prosecco. Now, I'm just going to top this with a little bit of ice and finish that off with the Franklin & Sons Guava and Lime Soda. Give that a little stir. See how that tastes. So it's clean, it's fresh, but it's still really championing that Holy Grass vodka. Add a spritz of lemon over the top and a little sprig of mint. And there we have a Holy Grass spritz.